IriusRisk provides a threat modeling platform that allows users to create a data flow diagram for the project which you're working on. More details about the project can be added through annotating the data flows between components with assets and tags, but also by responding to questionnaires associated with each component in the diagram. This all allows IriusRisk to automatically identify potential threats and mitigations. From the threat view, we can triage those threats which are applicable or not to the project, as well as identifying those which may be acceptable. We can then prioritize those threats which should be mitigated by our engineering teams by identifying the countermeasures that are required. Once we decide which countermeasures are required, we can then add them into the backlog of our engineering teams using the bidirectional integration between IriusRisk and your preferred issue tracking tool. In this case, we're synchronizing with Jira. And if we look at the countermeasures view, we can see which controls are linked to Jira tickets. And here we can see the tickets that have been created for each of the countermeasures so far. If we follow the link to Jira, we can see that IriusRisk replicates the information associated with a countermeasure, the description, relevant standards, and any external references that may be relevant to help the engineer or developer create a solution in their system. It also provides additional testing steps that can help validate that those changes have been implemented correctly. But there are several different learning styles. So what if an individual learns by seeing, hearing, or doing? So we also have access to the Secure Code Warrior plugin, which allows a user to access micro-learnings for particular topics. So if we select that, you can see that we have 3 topics related to the cross-site request forgery. And if we look at that, we can see that we've got videos that we can watch immediately that provide us with an introduction to the particular topic.
Hello and welcome to Secure Code Warrior. In this module, we'll be looking at cross-site request forgery.
If you want to improve your practical skills, then you can follow the Train Now link. And that takes us to the Secure Code Warrior portal, where we can log in and we can get a more hands-on experience in identifying security vulnerabilities and fixing them across multiple languages. Obviously, if we don't code in Java, then that's not relevant to us. But it helps us to understand how we actually implement particular change to mitigate risk. Once you're familiar with the techniques, you can then implement them in your own project. Mark the ticket as done and move on. Meanwhile, in IriusRisk, we can see that the countermeasure has been implemented. This then feeds up to identify if a threat has been fully or partially mitigated, and it starts to indicate that our project is much more secure. We're then ready to start threat modeling new features and functions for the next release.